Hello, and welcome to another update video about GALA. So GALA shows some strength in our support area here, because all of these are downside targets that we put onto the chart already many weeks ago. So far, GALA respected all of these and so far did hold here the 1.299 cent level. Essentially, somewhere here in an ideal world, if GALA is still alive and not dead, then it should turn around somewhere here before it breaks below 1 cent. So we're literally just waiting here for some kind of a signal of a potential turnaround. Again, I'm very careful with GALA. I'm not saying it will die or something, but I can tell you that obviously it has fundamental problems. We know that. And the chart also doesn't look very desirable. We've got 5 waves down, which is bad, okay, long-term potentially. Now it can always develop something bullish, but first of all, anyway, if it shows us some kind of a setup down here that it starts to move, I would first consider it a corrective rally that could reach sort of 10.4 to 34.4 cents, which is quite significant actually, but it might not lead to new all-time highs anymore. So I would at least be very skeptical, very careful, and I'm not even suggesting it will definitely go to 10 cents. But this is sort of standard resistance for a wave 2, and I would pay attention to any rejections in this region. Certainly these fib levels are going to be very important should GALA be able to break out of this descending price channel down there. So the downside pressure remains generally intact as long as GALA moves in this descending price channel down there. But we have basically on the larger time frame 5 waves down, basically complete. It doesn't need to go any lower. We have within this 5th wave, 5 waves down, basically complete. Again, they can always extend further. Therefore, I'm always charting resistance. And if after a long downtrend, I mean, this started in January, okay? So it's been 9 months now, right? So 9 full months, basically. So you know, we have come down this year. Basically, it's just come down this year significantly. And this year it has lost basically another 80% of value, which is certainly not bullish. But at some point, it needs to get at least a bit of a relief rally. And this is the area where it could be starting, because on the larger time frame, 5 waves down. 5 waves down is basically 1 cycle complete. And here on the smaller time frame, at least this section here is also a 5-wave move. So what we have in large, we have in small, and it reached all the downside targets. So if we now see a bit of a reaction there and a break above the above the descending channel's upper boundary line, then we could be short-term bullish. The very first and early signal that we can get that things are changing here, that's a break above the 1.63 cent level. It's the 50% Fibonacci retracement of this last decline, which started in our last short trade area. I specifically haven't added another short trade area here. I'm just highlighting it as resistance, because I think if we break this, and there is a decent chance now after this long downtrend, because, you know, I wouldn't short into support. We're basically in a support range now. You see that some buying interest is coming back. You see it generally across the market. We start to see, even on a weekend now, green candles, which is good. I mean, essentially, that's what we're waiting for. We're tracking the downside. We're identifying downside targets. As soon as we see a break above the initial resistance, and ideally that's a 5-wave move above resistance, then we can adjust. And that's basically then the signal that we wait for after targets were reached, that a trend change is happening. Okay, so you always need some kind of price data to suggest things might be changing. And yeah, we might be getting that, but it hasn't reached the 1.63 cent level yet. So I would pay attention to that. And then if we get above that level, if we form 5 waves up, and we don't have them yet, then we can track bullish support. But first of all, 5 waves above resistance would be helpful. Then we will pay attention to this trend line. Yeah, and above that trend line, I mean, then it could actually reach here the last significant swing highs. So there's quite a bit of work to do before it then reaches that larger degree wave 2. And this would be an ABC structure higher. That would be the ideal scenario here: A wave, B wave, C wave. And the A wave can be a 5-wave or a 3-wave move. yeah, that's my update about GALA. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.